Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Today we're looking at this Suzuki 4-horse. Do a kind of will it run general overhaul. See how much it'll take to get it back on the water. Let's pop the cowling, see what we got. All right, here's our oil level. It's seeing just a tiny bit. Choke moves, throttle moves. Got our lanyard. Yeah, looks pretty complete. Gas in the tank. It smells old, but I don't see anything. I want to hit that carb bowl, see if anything comes out. It's been sitting for a couple years. All right, nothing in the carb. Let's get a lube down the side there. All right. Looks pretty good. Fairly new. Pulls over nice and smooth. It's got some decent compression. We'll check spark while we're in here. Here, you watch. Oh yeah. I can hear it. All right, what do you want to do next? Pull that carb off. Just fill her up, run it. Let's give it some gas. Well, I gotta re-up my gas supply. I got the auxiliary tank from the Honda 90, Trail 90. Let's see how nasty this is. Yeah, that's all right. Got this 3D printed plug I made. It's actually holding up pretty well with the gas. This is PETG. Give it some oil too. Dipstick. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Oil's actually full. Looks good to me. This thing's probably barely got hours on it. Okay, let's see if we get something through to the carb bowl. Oh yeah, petcock. That's nice. Shows you how to check the oil level. It's good, these Japanese engines, you don't screw the dipstick in, which is a little confusing, but not always. That's how that Honda mini bike, the Trail 90, same way. Well, shoot, why don't we just hook some water up to it and see what happens? All right, guys. There's the setup. How much water can we get on this shop? Let's put our gas cap back on too. Oh, look at that. Where's that from? Never seen that before. Some sort of little tank filter, I guess. Or I guess that was attached in the cap, maybe. Yeah, that's probably it. Weird. Okay, let's give her a little choke. See what happens. Shot of ether. Now, how do you like it? Okay. Choke. Choke. Let's see if we're getting fuel to the carb. Yeah. Let's give her a tap. See if that float is letting anything in. Some sort of leak over here, or did I spill that? Yeah, I can almost pee right into some bucket. Heck yeah. I don't see any leak from the carb. That light was nice too. Pumping really well. Let's poke it. Guess I'm getting ahead of myself. I want to figure out where this leak is coming from. I've seen it dripping right down there. Alright, that's enough of that for now. Cool. Well, it'll go. It's not pumping water great. I'm planning on looking at the impeller anyway, and that fuel leak might just be the base gasket of the pump. I guess I'll try to cinch these bolts up. It looks like these bolts on the fuel pump have been monkeyed with already, so make sure those are tight before we go nuclear. Maybe I'll look into how much pump rebuild is. And boy, I was feeling these lines. They look good, but they are rock solid. Thinking good conscience, we had to replace those. Listen to that. It's plastic, not rubber. All right. We can pull that fuel pump off there. See what we got. Love these little rabbit ear connectors. You can undo them so easily in the field. All right, hope there's a O-ring or something under this that is just a little leaky. That'd be nice and easy. What do you think? A little flat on the top, right there. That'd do it. Let's see if we have one in stock. It's kind of on the thinner side. I wonder if that'd be all right. Let's check our standard size box. I mean, they're basically the same thing, but maybe we'll get lucky. See, I swear they just sell the same things in these kits. They look identical to me. But for quick and dirty in a pinch, seems like it works all right. Yeah, let's try that one. Yeah, she's a little big. I don't know if that wants to go in nicely. Let's try stretching one of these smaller ones. Cool. You guys want to keep an eye on it? Yeah, we're still leaking. So that's actually gas, not oil, which means it's leaking between the aluminum and the plastic, I think. Let's get that out of there. Okay, looks good in there. Let's get ourselves. Okay, that was like that. And our diaphragm. It's about as far as I want to go with this. Just to make sure that diaphragm isn't obviously torn. Well, let's clean it up, put it back together, see if that helps. All right, I give that about a 10% chance, 20% chance. Let's do it. Not bad so far. It's an all right stream of water too. It's getting warm. Cool. Let's take a look at that impeller. Yeah. All right, what are we catching up on? See here, I was thinking the shift linkage was totally loose. That's it right there. There must be something under that port. Behind door number 1. There we go. Take that guy loose. Okay, that's got it. And there you go. Not too bad. It's kind of cool, one-piece housing. It's got some weight to it. So, yeah, we'll put that back together, call it good. And I'll give that impeller a little love too, just on the tips. That's in gear. There we go. Boom. I like to give a little anti-seize on these threads. These can get really nasty. It's worse with the bolts, the ones that screw into this base plate. They get terrible. steel bolt into an aluminum housing. This feels like a steel housing, and these nuts, at least you can get some penetrating lube on them if they seize up on you, but best practice. Don't forget your grease on the spline. I like to put a little grease where these seals ride on the drive shaft too. And why not? We'll grease it up where that clamp hits on the shift rod and on the water pickup tube. Now we just have to get our shift linkage hooked up. Okay, we're in neutral on the prop. We're in the middle on this. There's some holes here you can look through to make sure it's aligned up with the bracket in the back. I'm going to tighten this while trying to keep it in plane so this rod that runs up the leg doesn't get bound up. I don't know, that maybe doesn't make a difference. Let's see, do we go in gear? Okay, neutral, forward, good. Yep, feels good to me. Button her up. All right, let's see how she does under some load. This fuel cap needs to be replaced. That vent is gone, but everything else looks great, so we'll run it for now. Going well so far. Let's pop that cowling and see how the fuel pump's doing now. Dang! All right. Nice and dry. I would not have guessed. Put those clamps back. This thing is clean. I like it. It's a long shaft on a short transom. So let's see how she moves. Here's the whole shot. I'm realizing right now, never checked the gear oil. We'll do that in a bit. Not too warm. I'm pretty impressed. Nice job, Suzuki. The boat's back home. The Yamaha's back on. It's a few days later. So that fuel pump will need to be rebuilt. I did notice it leaking after a little more running before I put the boat away. And that diaphragm, it just shrunk down, I think, to a size where it's not sealing on that aluminum quite right. But these rebuilt pumps or new pumps are $30. I'm going to talk to our Suzuki dealer here in town, see if we can get one in, along with that fuel cap. But everything else on the engine looks great, so I think we're calling this an overall success. It was pretty easy. Honestly, didn't put up much of a fight, but still a lot of fun to see under the hood and see how she runs. This engine was stored in a pretty salty environment, so I'm honestly pretty blown away at how good it looked overall. I hope you found this video useful, and if you didn't, I hope you were at least entertained. Thanks for coming along with me. Bye.